Outlander fans were blindsided by a revelation so explosive it sent shockwaves through the entire fandom. In a recent interview, Sam Heughan broke years of silence and finally confronted the decades-long swirl of speculation surrounding the intense, almost otherworldly chemistry between himself and co-star Caitriona Balfe. His words ignited a firestorm online, leaving viewers torn between the boundaries of fiction and the possibility of something far more genuine lingering beneath the surface. For years, Sam and Caitriona's portrayal of Jamie and Claire Fraser has been celebrated as one of television's most unforgettable love stories. Their lingering glances, their quiet tenderness, their undeniable pull toward each other fueled endless theories that the connection wasn't entirely scripted. And then Heughan stunned fans with a single sentence. "My feelings for Caitriona are real." The confession detonated across social media within minutes. But Sam wasn't done. He continued, "We've shared a journey like no other. My admiration and love for her as a person are genuine. But what we have is grounded in friendship and respect, not what people imagine." Caitriona, who has always emphasized that her bond with Sam is a cherished friendship, remains steadfast about separating her personal life from the characters she plays. Married since 2019, she has often brushed aside speculation. But Sam's honesty reignited the conversation with new intensity. Some fans applauded the vulnerability, others feared it might cast unwanted attention onto Balfe's private life. One fan tweeted, "We always knew their connection went deeper than acting. Sam finally said it." Another countered, "Respect and friendship are real love, too. Their bond is powerful precisely because it isn't romantic." Industry insiders now speculate that Sam's candid remarks could influence how viewers interpret the show's final season. With Outlander approaching its end, every moment between Jamie and Claire may now be examined more intensely than ever. Yet Heughan's honesty also highlights why their on-screen love resonates so deeply, because even a platonic connection, when authentic, can create magic. Outlander, adapted from Diana Gabaldon's beloved novels, has redefined the historical romance genre on television. Its sweeping Scottish landscapes, emotional storytelling, and electrifying leads, Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe, have earned it a fiercely devoted global audience. Fans don't just watch Outlander, they live it. They trek to filming locations, embrace Scottish traditions, and immerse themselves in the past the show vividly resurrects. But this passion hasn't come without controversy. In recent years, Outlander fans have been accused of disrespectful behavior at Culloden Battlefield, the actual site where the Jacobite army fell in 1746, in one of Britain's bloodiest defeats. Culloden is not a film set. It is sacred ground. Thousands of Highlanders died there, and the National Trust for Scotland, NTS, which oversees the site, has long tried to preserve its solemnity. Yet the surge of Outlander tourism has created growing tension. Reports have shown fans picnicking on graves, staging elaborate cosplay photo shoots, and tying fictional trinkets to clan markers instead of honoring the Jacobite dead. The outrage peaked when photos surfaced of fans reenacting romantic scenes directly atop grave markers, posing lovingly on stones that bear the names of real soldiers. For many Scots, these actions crossed an unforgivable line. Critics argue that blurring fantasy with history desecrates the memory of those who died. NTS officials have repeatedly reminded visitors, Culloden is a war grave, not a theme park. But despite warnings, inappropriate behavior persists, frustrating locals, historians, and descendants of the fallen. The tension is amplified by Outlander's deep narrative ties to Culloden. Season 2 built toward the doomed uprising, dramatizing the catastrophic battle and the heartbreaking separation of Jamie and Claire. To fans, visiting Culloden feels like stepping into the emotional peak of the story, a pilgrimage to where fictional love met real historical tragedy. But to Scots, Culloden is not romantic. It is trauma. It is loss. It is national memory carved into the land itself. This clash echoes controversies at other dark tourism sites such as Auschwitz, Ground Zero, and the World War I battlefields of France, places where visitors sometimes fail to grasp the gravity of what happened there. But Culloden is unique because fiction plays such a dominant role. Many arrive knowing more about Jamie Fraser than about the Jacobite cause, and the result is a troubling blend of fantasy and fact. Residents near Inverness report busloads of tourists in tartan costumes snapping cheerful photos, unaware they're standing on mass graves. Some reenact scenes or recreate love poses without understanding the immense historical weight beneath their feet. Historians warn that this romanticized lens risks rewriting the past into a sanitized fairy tale. The Highland soldiers who fell were real men, young, impoverished, and fighting for a hopeless cause. Treating their graves as props, critics argue, dismisses their sacrifice. Even within the fandom, the controversy has caused painful division. Many Outlander fans are horrified by the disrespect and have issued calls for more mindful behavior. Fan groups now circulate guidelines urging travelers to learn the history, approach Culloden with reverence, and avoid theatrical photos. Some have even organized donations to help preserve the battlefield. Others defend leaving tributes to fictional characters as harmless expressions of love. Sam Heughan and Catriona Balfe themselves have stepped in, urging fans to honor Scotland's history. Both actors have spoken about the emotional burden of filming at Culloden and the responsibility they felt to respect its past. Heughan has often reminded fans that while Jamie Fraser is fictional, the men who died at Culloden were not. The controversy has also illuminated tensions within the tourism industry. Many tour companies market Culloden as a romantic Outlander destination. Souvenir shops sell Outlander merchandise beside historical texts. Critics say this commercialization encourages fans to treat the site more like an immersive fantasy than a memorial. Yet some historians see opportunity. Outlander's vast cultural influence could be harnessed to educate millions about Scotland's history through collaboration between fan groups, heritage organizations, and the entertainment industry. Passion could become respectful engagement, a model for responsible cultural tourism. At its heart, the debate reflects a deeper conflict: memory versus entertainment, reverence versus romance. Culloden is a place of grief and mourning, yet also a symbol of fictional love and sacrifice. Balancing those truths is essential if the battlefield is to remain protected. One thing is certain: Culloden is far more than a filming location. It is a sacred landscape where fiction and reality collide, sometimes beautifully, sometimes painfully. Whether fans will temper passion with respect remains to be seen, but the conversation has sparked meaningful reflection on the responsibilities of fandom and the preservation of cultural heritage. Meanwhile, as Outlander nears its finale, emotions among cast and fans are reaching a breaking point. Sam Heughan has admitted that he has been brought to tears repeatedly as the end approaches, confronting the close of a journey that has shaped both his career and his life. His vulnerability has struck a chord with fans who themselves are grieving the loss of a show that became a source of comfort, connection, and community. When the final season announcement dropped, social media flooded with tributes. Fans shared how Outlander carried them through grief, illness, loneliness, and personal battles. But it was Heughan's own confession of emotional breakdowns while filming the final scenes that revealed the weight of the farewell. He described becoming overwhelmed as he realized he wasn't just saying goodbye to a character, but to an entire world he had lived in for over a decade. Catriona Balfe, Richard Rankin, and Sophie Skelton echoed his grief, but for Heughan, the loss cut especially deep. Jamie Fraser is not merely a role. He is woven into Sam's identity. Heughan admits that Jamie's courage, loyalty, and resilience have changed him profoundly, qualities he will carry long after filming ends. And while he avoided spoilers, he revealed that shooting Jamie's final scenes with Claire left him shattered. Even after the director yelled cut, he couldn't stop crying. For fans, these revelations confirm what they've always sensed: the emotional truth on screen mirrors the emotional truth behind the scenes. The Outlander finale marks the end of an era, one that revived Scottish history, shaped global tourism, launched careers, and forged an unbreakable bond between cast and audience. For many, Jamie and Claire feel real, and Heughan's tears only deepen that authenticity. His grief echoes that of millions who feel they are losing not just characters, but cherished companions. Beyond the heartbreak lies Outlander's enormous legacy. The series elevated Scottish culture, landscapes, and history in ways few shows ever have. Fans around the world now explore the Highlands, study Jacobite history, and embrace Scottish traditions. And Sam Heughan has been at the heart of this movement, from his whiskey brand to his charity work to his constant advocacy for Scotland. He has embodied the spirit of Jamie Fraser beyond the screen. The end of Outlander is not simply the conclusion of a story, it is the closing of a defining chapter in global pop culture. Ewan entered the series in his mid-30s. A decade later, he leaves as a changed man. He describes the experience as losing a piece of himself, a kind of emotional bereavement. Fans have responded with empathy, organizing online vigils, virtual gatherings, and memory tributes to honor the finale. His tears are their tears. His farewell is theirs. And yet, through all the grief, Ewan expresses profound gratitude to Diana Gabaldon, to Catriona Balfe, to the cast and crew, and to the fans whose devotion transformed Outlander into a worldwide phenomenon. The ending may hurt, but the legacy will endure, etched into television history, into Scotland's cultural identity, and into the hearts of millions who found comfort, inspiration, escape, and belonging in the love story of Jamie and Claire Fraser.